BJP's Nalin Kohli. BJP was in denial when this happened first. When it was reported first. Seshadri Chari went ballistic on the Newshour that day. Seshadri Chari went ballistic on the Newshour that day, saying it's not racism. Nalin Kohli of the BJP tonight. Kavita Krishnan, one of India's best-known activists, National Secretary of the All India Progressive Women's Association. Binalakshmi Nepram, founder of the Manipur Women Gun Survivors Network. She's a one-person army fighting here, not just for NIDO, but for bringing an anti-racial law. Rahul Easwar with me in the studio. My first question to you, Rahul, is would you like to apologize, Rahul, for the kind of fixed position which you took on the day that we were debating the circumstances in which NIDO died? You accuse me, Rahul Easwar, of looking for a dinosaur in the room when it did not exist. That was on January 31st on the Newshour. Today, the post-mortem report clearly says the 19-year-old NIDO died from blunt trauma on head and face. Now, do you admit today that you were wrong, A, and would you like to apologize for your preconceived notions a few days back?
No, Arnabji, we all admit, we all concede that there are issues. But this is,
what do you
if
mean?
you call it racism, it is going to be counterproductive.
Even tonight, you
were...
Even tonight.
I am a South Indian. I might be called a Madrasi at some point of time. There were issues against South Indians. In Kerala, there were issues regarding other people. But if you are calling racism, it is going to be counterproductive. And one thing, if you are invoking the word race, it is going to open a Pandora's box.
Well,
it's going to absolutely...
Let it. If that's the fact, let it.
That's not the fact.
If that's a fact, let it.
You see, we all accept
Binalakshmi Nepram, Binalakshmi Nepram, even tonight. And I remember you were on the debate that day on January 31st when Rahul Easwar, who I thought as a young Indian would take a slightly different and more realistic position, he accused me along with Seshadri Chari of escalating the issue. Since then, I would like to let you know there have been 2 more cases of violence against people from the northeast that have occurred in Delhi. I don't know why you have a problem with calling it racist. Binalakshmi Nepram, he still has a problem with calling it racist. Your response to him?
It's like an ostrich ducking its head in the sand. It is high time that India wakes up, and it's people like Rahul Easwar and many others who should wake up rather than putting the thing under the carpet. It's not just 2, Arnab. Right now, our team is in Madangiri police station.
Yeah.
Ambedkar, where 2 young people from the northeast were attacked. The Delhi police is trying to tell that they were drunk. They were filing an FIR, which is a wrong FIR, even as the young people are recovering in AIMS right now at the trauma center. It's shame. It's shameful.
Shame.
That unless that we do not accept racism is not, race is not about, it's nothing wrong in race. There's Mongoloid race, the Aryan race, the Dravidian race. All we're saying is do not look upon the other race that you think inferior. There is no one India and one face that can put to the Indian nation state.
But if you are going to
different
racism, it is going to be counterproductive. This may be a case of regionalism. Why can't you call it regionalism apart from racism?
Are you embarrassed to call it racism?
Because the word racism is going to perpetuate the divide.
Absolutely.
And what about the 10,000s of young students from Northeast studying in Delhi? Are they going to subconsciously feel that they are different?
Are you doing them a favor?
No,
aren't the Indians,
we
what do you
belong
mean
to the same race. We belong to the Indian race, not any different race.
No, you are embarrassed about the facts here today, and you are rightly being accused.
I'm embarrassed. I'm ashamed of the fact. But having said that, we should have a strategy to tackle.
Why Kavita Krishnan? I don't understand the problem with the semantics here, but clearly there is one.
Yeah, I'd like to get in here.
Yes, Kavita.
Yes. See, I think the first thing I'd like to say, and I hope that, Rahul also will listen patiently to this. The first thing is that to name something, to name discrimination is not to perpetuate it. It is the first step to actually eliminating it, to fighting it.
Exactly.
If you recognize casteism, if you recognize that ours is a deeply casteist society, it does not mean you're perpetuating caste. If you recognize that there is deep-seated racism, and of course there's also regional discrimination, there's also casteist and communal discrimination, all of it happening in Delhi, undoubtedly. But these are different aspects and different kinds of discrimination. To name them, to recognize them, is the first step in actually beginning to fight them. And to deny them, which I hear not only in Rahul's words, which, his denial may not mean very much. But the point is, I'm seeing this as a phenomenon. Even in the tweets I'm getting, lots of people saying, oh, but why call it racism? So many people get attacked in Delhi. The point is that some people get attacked because of the way they look, because of their features, and because of what people choose to attribute to them on account of their features, possibly on account of their color, possibly on account of their language, possibly on account of whatever it is which is seen as being culturally or racially different.
Oh, yes.
Now, this is something which, if we don't begin to recognize it, to deny it itself, and I hear this denial not just in him, but even in the authorities. Let me give you one other instance. You know, this isn't just a social problem. This is also deeply embedded in the state machinery as well. I remember the Tehelka sting that showed senior police officers in the Delhi NCR region saying that they assume that rape complaints by women from the northeast or from Nepal, Darjeeling, etc., they assume that these women are lying, that these women are women of bad character, that they are professionals who are basically sex workers who are complaining because the deal went wrong. This is their automatic assumption based on nothing other than the fact of where those women come from. Now, how is this kind of deep-seated bias if we don't acknowledge it, if we don't call it racism?
Nobody is denying the fact that there are some prejudices in society.
Before I finish what I'm saying, one last point, Rahul, 1 second. There was a Delhi police booklet put out some years ago following the Dhaula rape case, which advised people from the northeast to remain safe by not irritating people with the smell of their cooking, the smell of their food, and advising northeast girls to dress in a decent manner and not in a provocative manner. Now, this was a booklet put out by the Delhi police. I'm saying, when this is the state of affairs, how on earth can we continue to deny that there is racism on the ground?
You see, this is the problem is there's a constant state of denial here. Look at the BJP. The BJP reaction on this Nalin Kohli has been nothing short of double speak. You initially aggressively dismissed this as an act of racism. You said it's a gross misunderstanding. Binalakshmi was on the program, Seshadri Chari was there. Right? And the BJP representative said, no, nothing. It's just misunderstanding. Now, because the issue has got attention, Narendra Modi meets students. After Arvind Kejriwal, after Rahul Gandhi, it's become a political issue, so you jump in. Would you like to first tonight begin by apologizing, Nalin Kohli, for the initial reaction of the BJP, which I must say was that of not denial, it was of violent denial?
3 or 4 points here, Mr. Goswami. First of all, I haven't seen the program, but nevertheless, if you feel that an apology is going to help calm down the issue in terms of making it better for the people of Northeast, my personal apology is there. I don't think there's any hesitation in that.
I'm asking for the position of your party. Your party said, no, 1 minute. Your party said, 1 minute. People have made fun of Tamilians in their lungis. People have made fun of Tamilians in Maharashtra. They have been singled out. They have been discriminated. Brahmins have been discriminated in Tamil Nadu itself. All these were comments made of Seshadri Chari. In your view, did it display Mr. Seshadri Chari's lack of knowledge of the subject? Lack of empathy, or simply ignorance? Come on, give me a direct answer, Nalin Kohli.
Well, I'm trying to answer. Yes, I will give you a direct answer, Mr. Goswami. I wish I had the privilege of having seen the program and even having...
You doubt what I'm saying?
Inputs in advance.
You doubt what I'm saying?
No, I'm not doubting. I'm just simply... You are taking it in that spirit, Mr. Goswami.
He said, he said,
1 minute, you have asked me, let me finish my sentence,
he said,
Mr. Goswami,
Mr. Kohli,
I cannot
Mr. Kohli, what's the problem with admitting it's racism?
Please go ahead.
My question to you is, why?
You haven't heard me fully. If you would be silent for a minute, Mr.
Kohli,
I'll be happy to put my point of view.
Mr. Kohli, you are refusing to answer what the context in which I'm telling you.
I'm trying
to. You see, my view is that what has happened here is you try to first dismiss the issue. You try to say the media has got it wrong. Then 2 or 3 days later, when the facts are against you, when today even the post-mortem report has proven that you were wrong, not the media, you try to do a complete U-turn, and now you want to join the bandwagon that sympathizes with people from the Northeast. In your view, Mr. Nalin Kohli, is this an act of political duplicity and hypocrisy or not?
If I may have 30 seconds, I'll try to answer all the things that you've said.
No, answer the last one.
First of all there is a series of attacks taking place. Well, I mean, You've given Kavita some time. You've given Beena some time.
I only asked one question.
Some time, please.
I asked one question and you're going around in circles. Did your party's initial position and the position now reflect some hypocrisy and duplicity or not, Mr. Kohli? As simple as that.
No, you are free to make your assumption. I'm simply saying that there are a series of attacks that are taking place, and certainly it opens the question that there is an element of racism involved. Okay. It's uncivilized, it's inhuman, it's absolutely deplorable, and I think the physical distance between Northeast and Delhi is terrible.
So you needed a post-mortem report. Your party needed a post-mortem report. No, watch it. Kavita is not very convinced of what you're saying.
Mr. Goswami, if you want to take your point.
Well, Mr. Kohli, where is your empathy, Mr. Kohli?
This isn't about physical distance. Even what you're saying now is very problematic. This is not about physical distance. That's precisely what Secy was also saying the other day.
Unfortunately.
He was trying to say it's just a perception of difference,
I'm not going to drag
because
this.
of physical distance.
Let me just make this clear. Let me make this clear. Well, I don't know. You may not know this. I've had a long history, and my family has a long history with the Northeast. I don't really need to do this. As far as I'm concerned, I have deep empathy and sympathy.
I am asking you.
If you feel an anti-racialism gross, yes, I'm trying to answer,
Mr. Kohli, one second. Mr. Kohli, it's not about you. I am asking.
And you're calling my party's view.
I am asking you, Mr. Kohli, I am asking you today, is there inherent racism? I want to ask you today, what action you took against your party?
Indians. No, hold on.
One second. What are you saying, Mr. Kohli?
Indians per se, I think, are very poor on race issues. I think absolutely. What's the argument about?
Then what was this argument that your party was having when we said initially it's racism? Why on earth, Mr. Kohli, did your party get so worked up?
For something I haven't
worked up. My God, you don't know the position your party took. Maybe you'll even tell me today, Mr. Kohli, that you did not know.
Mr. Goswami, perhaps I don't come. No, perhaps, Mr. Goswami, I don't come on Times Now that often, but I do sit on television channels regularly.
Mr. Kohli, let me ask you, maybe you will even say today that I did not know that there is an MLA from Sangam in Goa who described Nigerians as wild animals. Did you know that? What action did you take against that MLA?
No, I did. No, there was an apology immediately.
He described them as a cancer.
One of them described Nigerians as cancer, and another one said Nigerians are wild animals. So you don't know about that either?
It's possible. I have not heard that. But I remember about the cancer.
Well, I think it's strange you've not heard that.
But if this is a general knowledge test,
it's not a general knowledge test. It's an accept.
This isn't about general knowledge.
This is the question about your attitude, Mr. Kohli. Maybe you don't like my asking you about your attitude.
Don't jump into this. No, I have no problem talking about anything. As far as you're asking me to comment on something I haven't seen.
Binalakshmi Nepram. Binalakshmi Nepram. No. Watch it. 1 minute. I'm going into a break. Okay, 1 minute. I am not sure about this whole business of physical distance, etc. The question is, we are all Indians. The initial reaction of the BJP was nothing but an aggressive dismissal of the facts. Binalakshmi Nepram, when I come back, I'm going to ask you whether you are convinced with this whole argument that, that Nalin Kohli has so bravely tried to put out. Back in a couple of minutes. Okay, so Nalin Kohli was taking a few questions and he got upset out there when we asked him a few questions about the position of the BJP. Now, Binalakshmi Nepram, what I find surprising about Nalin Kohli's position, actually this is not about Nalin Kohli, this is about the BJP. That the BJP was very quick to accuse the Aam Aadmi Party of racism during Somnath Bharti's midnight raid on January 17. But when Nido died, on January 31st, when we were doing the program, they were not willing to look at it as an incident of racism, which would make some people think that only when you can politically milk an issue, when you can use an issue politically, do you admit it's racism. And when you can't, you're going to be in denial. Binalakshmi.
Absolutely. My sincere appeal to the Bharatiya Janata Party is this. If you truly want to be a national party with roots in the Northeast, it's high time you accept that India is a very diverse country. There's no homogeneousness. The diversity and the beauty of this country lies in its variety. It's high time you accept that. Yes, definitely. Some of the student leaders met up with Mrs. Sushma Swaraj. And he would also met up with Mr. Narendra Modi too. But the fact is, because it took Nido's killing, it took even, the protest done after the rape of a 14-year-old minor girl on the 7th of February to make the government of India realize now there is a very high-level 6-member committee of the Bessborough Committee being formed by the Ministry of Home Affairs, which is looking into all forms of racial discrimination against the people of Northeast, which is a clear indication that the government of India, forget the BJP, the government of India has finally accepted after 67 years that there is racial discrimination in this country.
So, our government has been funding a lot. We are doing a lot to address these issues. But I insist calling it regionalism.
Why?
Because if you are calling it racism, it is going to be counterproductive. And one more thing.
It doesn't make you a smaller person.
And we all know in the social and political dynamics, how we term a thing is going to be very important.
Please calm down, Mr. Easwar. Mr. Rahul Easwar, calm down. Your aggression is not of strength, but it's of weakness. Calm down. Listen to the voiceless people like us for once.
Definitely.
If you really want to build this country strong, listen to us for once too. Please. Right now, at this stage, it's not just about Nido being killed on the streets of Delhi. Even in policy, our history textbooks are devoid of the history, of the rich history of the Manipuris, of the Tripura kings, of thousands others. So it is not just about Nido being killed in the streets of Delhi.
I agree.
Even in a history textbook, the history of 45 million citizens are absent. This itself. This itself is a discrimination.
I'm going. No. What?
Nobody is disagreeing with her. I agree with what all Kavita ji said and Binalakshmi ji said. But only one thing: how to tackle this problem. We differ with you in the approach.
Now, one second. Nalin Kohli wants to come into the debate. No,
that is why, Mr. First of all, that is why we have been meeting the different policy makers. We have met the government, the Home Ministry. We have met your party, the BJP. We have met the different political parties to bring about a solution.
Yes, you have.
Please. Fighting is not going to come about resolution.
From Belgium,
remember, if you are national leaders, think like one.
No, 1 minute. From Belgium,
that is why we are calling for the creation of an anti-racial discrimination law.
Belgium, Bolivia, United Kingdom, Australia, all countries have an anti-racism law. What makes us smaller if we accept there is racism in our country? That's all. Now, Nalin, I will come to you and I'll give you the last word. But I have on the phone line tonight, I have Dibang. Many of us know Dibang as a senior journalist. I also know Dibang as a senior journalist who is from Arunachal Pradesh, who's come out of Arunachal Pradesh and worked as a journalist for years across. He was a little upset with something you said, Nalin, so I thought I'll get Dibang directly on the phone line with you. Dibang, you're there?
Yes.
Okay, now Nalin's there and you were upset with something that Nalin said. So I think I'll put you across directly to Nalin. Go ahead.
I think a couple of things, Arnab. First of all, I think we should realize that we are a part of India. We are proud to say we are a part of India, Arnab.
Yeah, absolutely.
Two things I keep hearing and I've heard all my years in journalism. One, that your place is too far away. Bahut dur hai Arunachal Pradesh. That should go. The second thing I have heard is that Arunachal Pradesh or the other states don't have any political clout. For instance, 6 states, remove Assam, 6 states have only 11 MPs. In terms of area, they are huge. I think all these apologies should go away. They should realize that Northeast is here. We are here right in the heart of the capital city.
So what was your point?
You have to realize, you have to understand that we have been discriminated all these years, but now we have a voice. We can speak. You cannot just beat us, abuse us, and think that there's no racism. I think the intelligent thing for BJP would be to realize that there is racism, and let's fight. Come together. Come with us. Now it's that BJP is not standing with us.
Right.
Don't you think that people from the north should be treated
so, Debang, let's get
in the capital city? In other big cities. So come with us. It's a menace that exists in the society. Realize it, and that's only then only understand our pain and fight with us.
Debang, let Nalin quickly respond to you, and you heard him there, Nalin.
There are 3-4 things I want to respond to Mr. Goswami. First, I don't know what the fight is about. There is nowhere I've been disagreeing with anything that is being said about all the points that either Debang is saying. I mean, as far as the BJP being flagged,
no, you made the physical distance comment, which I don't think physical distance justifies anything.
I said, no, sir, I said, while the physical distance is far, the emotional distance has to be also bridged. That's about integration.
That's all words. That's all big words, Nalin.
About that. I mean, it may be for you. It's not for me, Mr. Goswami.
Well,
it may be for you. It's not for me.
Well, it certainly was for the BJP spokespersons who initially came in and were in denial.
Well, I mean, they
showed no empathy.
I'm not. Well, I don't know. I have not seen it, and I've said it again. Now, second is Binalakshmi ji has been doing some good work. I personally once met with her, congratulated her.
Okay.
I mean, y'all are flagging the BJP as if we are against the Northeast. I just don't understand where. Us Vajpayee set up a separate ministry. We put focus on it.
Kavita Krishnan, quick word, 30 seconds on the debate. Kavita Krishnan, quickly, last word to you.
Please.
She wanted to say something to you. Yes, Kavita, we've got 30 seconds left.
I just want to
say
a few small things here. One is that, for instance, the BJP's entire campaign against cow slaughter, okay? This goes against not only several Dalit communities and several communities in the so-called mainland, but also against many communities.
See, we are a nation of many cultures. We have to be sensitive to all cultures. Cow protection cannot be termed as some evil campaign against any community for that matter.
You have to respect the
difference. We can have a separate discussion on cow slaughter. There's no issue. Can we come back to the point?
One of the strongest anti-racism campaigns that I've seen, I'd like to share with everybody here. That is, so much for physical distance. It is a young woman from Maharashtra, Ojas, who does a wonderful one-act play introducing you to Manipur and to Iram Sharmila. And I really wish that if Ojas and now there are other women too, her colleagues who have started doing that one-act play, and they say they'll keep doing it until Iram Sharmila's voice is heard and the AFSPA is removed. If they could
this is the agenda we are all afraid of. They are making it an anti-AFSPA agenda. Let us have more Northeast on our syllabus and history.
Okay.
I sort of willing to make some lip service. But why?
No, I don't think. No, watch it. Now, because
government of the Congress.
Because we are short of time.
Where are you coming from? We are not in
Kavita, one sec.
It isn't just about one or two little things that you can.
I understand, but I'd say this, watch it. I'd say this, Bolivia, no, let's be focused, 1 minute. Let's be focused. We don't have to go into every politically contentious subject here on the Newshour.
No, absolutely. And I think Ms. Kavita Krishnan, we can have a debate on these kind of issues anytime you want.
Okay, now, we will pick up those issues. If Bolivia could pass an anti-racism law in 2010, why can't India pass an anti-racism law? Right here, right now, in 2014. That's our limited issue, and more strength to Binalakshmi and other activists fighting for that. Thank you very much for joining me on debate number 3 on the Newshour tonight.